You're listening to the Airline Pilot Guy Show.
The view from our side of the cockpit door.
WAPG. It's the Airline Pilot Guy.
Airline Pilot Guy, episode 707.
Yeah, he's up in the sky. It's the Airline Pilot Guy.
Hello, you're listening to the Airline Pilot Guy Show. The view from our side of the cockpit door, with your host, Captain Jeff, broadcasting live from APG headquarters in Roswell, Georgia. Today's show is recorded the week of May 4th, 2026.
Yeah, he's up in the sky. It's the Airline Pilot Guy. Put your light and he's flying by. With the Airline Pilot Guy.
In today's episode, Spirit Airlines goes out of business, and a United Airlines flight hits a truck while landing at Newark. Also ahead, more news and your feedback. So get all settled in. Tray tables and seat backs in the upright and locked positions. Electronic devices powered on. I'm Radio Roger, and Flight 707 is ready for pushback.
Thank you, Radio Roger Stern. He is an award-winning TV and radio reporter currently at the number one all-news station in the nation, 1010 Winds and 92.3 FM in
New York City.
Welcome to the Airline Pilot Guy Show. It's an aviation podcast covering the latest in aviation news and answering your great feedback. I'm Captain Jeff, former U.S. Air Force pilot and retired Delta Airlines captain. And joining me from his Garden View studio,
in Hartford, Hereford, and Hampshire.
a retired professional dog photographer, former RAF, RAAF fighter pilot, retired Airbus A330, A340 captain for Virgin Atlantic Airways. It's Captain Nick.
Hi there, Jeff. Lovely to be back on the show on this iconic show number. The show number that reminds us of course, of the Boeing 367-80 airliner. The Dash 80, as it was nicknamed, was rolled out the year of my birth, 1954. And although it was just a dinky little narrow body with only 4 seats abreast, when Tex Johnson, the famous test pilot, barrel-rolled it over Lake Washington in front of 500,000 spectators at the Gold Cup hydroplane races, its future was assured. Now, Boeing had chosen to name its projects in 100-number blocks, and airliners just happened to have the 700s. It was the marketing division who decided that the Dash 80 would become the Boeing 707. 1,010 would be delivered.
Wow. It makes you wonder why they didn't go with the 700 or the 701 or something like that. Why this?
Well, apparently the division thought it came off the tongue better and was a bit like 007.
Better marketing.
707. Yeah.
Okay. Very interesting. Well, that won't be the last time that we mention a Boeing 70 something or 7 whatever number. Stay tuned for that in the future. Also joining us from the Northwoods of the Atlanta suburbs, race car driver, self-taught chef, and commercial multi-instrument engine rated pilot. Okay. With an interest in horses that can kill him. I really need to look at these before we start the show. Sorry. I said that last time too, I think. AJ Schramm. Hello.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for quite the intro.
Oh, you're welcome.
It was
quite.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Now
I'm shocked. I'm shocked that Nick would do something like that.
Yeah, I know. How
I just thought
immature.
it was funny. I didn't do it. No, not me.
Sure. Okay. It must have been Liz. From her studio in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, retired financier and aviation enthusiast, spreadsheet master, and our producer. It's the lovely Liz Piper.
Hello, everybody. Happy May.
So
I think we were on May Day last time. So
yeah, we did May Day, but
I can show in May. But anyway,
yeah,
glad to see everybody. All right, have a good show.
Thanks, Liz.
Okay.
Cut off
Bye.
the
Bye.
crying.
Stand by for news.
Well, we're going to start off the news with a sad story. One of our U.S. airlines, what do they call them? Low-cost airline, but I don't know.
ULCC.
ULCC airline, Spirit, has had trouble in the late times, and they'd already filed for bankruptcy and then kind of emerged from it for a little while. And this last time, it was just too much for them, the high fuel prices, etc. And they had to shut everything down. And we have a couple of videos here. One where the some of the last Spirit flights are conversing with air traffic control, and a little bittersweet.
Tower, Springs 1833.
Dallas Tower.
Springs 1833, Tower. Yeah, is there any other Spirit flights coming in after us? Let me see. I don't see anything. Unless there's. I don't think you guys flew nonstop from Intercontinental. That's like the last thing I'm kind of seeing on here. You might be the last one. Might be a repo flight, but yeah, I guess this is it. Probably the last revenue flight. This is it tonight. Well, it was a pleasure working with you guys, and I wish you the best. Same here. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Spirit, all the best, and whatever comes next for you guys. Really appreciate it, man. Thanks.
That was Dallas-Fort Worth, and now we switch over to Chicago.
Sure, Rings One. Just want to say thoughts to all you and your colleagues over there at the Banana as the next couple days unfold.
Man, we really appreciate that. Thank you. It's hard to believe this is it.
Yeah, no kidding. It's always a pleasure to talk with you guys on the radios. Yeah. Hope you guys make it out okay.
That's the best.
All right, and then the video ends with "thank you." You know, I've never heard of them referred to as bananas, but I can see why. That bright banana yellow color on the livery of Spirit.
I always thought bananas were made by Beechcraft.
Oh yeah, the Beechcraft bananas. Yeah, the detailed bananas. Okay. And also, this happened. Turns out that there was a captain that was actually flying with his son, acting as first officer, was supposed to be flying his retirement flight. But guess what? Spirit Airlines shut down before he had a chance to. But I think some people found out about it, and here's a video kind of explaining that.
Some heartwarming stories coming out of this situation with a video that is now going viral from BWI.
Southwest Airlines doing its part to honor a Spirit Airlines pilot who missed out on his final retirement flight.
Mr. John Jackson.
This is really awesome.
Yeah, well, Southwest posted this video on their social media page showing a Spirit pilot, Captain John Jackson, who was supposed to fly his retirement flight, but when Spirit shut down, he instead found himself on a Southwest flight to BWI, seated next to his son, Kris, who is a Southwest first officer. That's really cool. He just casually mentioned it, was supposed to be his dad's final flight, and the crew made this happen. They got on the ball, making arrangements for him to be celebrated when he landed at BWI. Fire and rescue then met with the plane with a traditional water cannon salute, and the Baltimore ground operations team was waiting at the gate to welcome him with cheers and champagne.
It gave
and
me
there's
chills.
nothing like our community to come together and to celebrate somebody when they deserve to be celebrated.
Oh, it's
and
so
it just,
nice.
It's so heartwarming. It feels good.
And the fact that they were able to get that all together for him, you know, honoring a pilot from another airline, and this all happened for him is pretty awesome.
Amazing. Job well done, everyone, and job well done, Mr. Jackson.
So I may have misunderstood that. I guess his son was a Southwest first officer?
No, he was also a Spirit. So.
Oh, that's what I thought,
Sounded
too.
from the news article like they said.
The news people said
Southwest,
but they must have meant to say Spirit.
No, the news has never been wrong.
What? What's wrong with me? Sorry. Don't answer
you
that
don't want us
question.
to
By the
answer
way,
that, do you?
No. That's what I mean. Anyway.
Rhetorical question.
That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. I'm a little out of sorts today. Okay.
At least they're gonna stay. They'll stay with us in spirit.
Oh.
Oh. Okay. Wait. You got to warn me. When
Yeah,
you do
but it's
something
always
dumb
sad
like
to
that.
see an airline go under, because you know very well the market's going to get a real jolt when all these guys suddenly start looking for jobs. And
has done me zero favors.
Exactly. Yeah. Dan Air went bust just as I was looking for a job in the airlines after leaving the Air Force, and flooded the market with 2,000 highly qualified commercial pilots. And I went, hell's bells. Back to the bottom of the queue.
Well, see, I was already at the bottom of the queue, and then they just moved the queue back another 6 or 7 miles.
So it's even worse.
Having said that, it's an awful wrench for your airline that you're, nicely ensconced with, got a seniority number, everything's going well, to suddenly disappear. I know they had their problems, but it's a shame.
Yep, the airline canceled all flights effective immediately, told passengers not to go to the airport, according to a notice posted on its website. And let's see, it said that Spirit was winding down all operations. The budget airline had lost billions of dollars in recent years, filing for bankruptcy in 2024 and 2025. Oh, that was more than I thought. Spirit hoped to emerge from its second bankruptcy this summer as a smaller company, but those plans fell apart. The planes didn't, but the plans fell apart as fuel prices rose in recent weeks. As Spirit's fate became clear, the Trump administration offered a $500 million federal lifeline. Here's $500.
Here's $500. Go get yourself a nice steak.
That'll buy you like half a gallon of gas.
Hey, quit making fun of me. But the airline's investors and government officials could not reach an agreement on how to structure a deal or spend that $500.
The government couldn't reach an agreement? Really?
Yeah, that's weird. So sadly they had to shut her down. Okay, well, I don't know what else to say. Sorry, everybody. We're keeping you all in our thoughts and prayers, and hopefully you'll land, firmly somewhere else. And except for AJ's not really that happy about it, as we just mentioned.
All we can say to them is Talons, Douglas.
Talons, Douglas. There you go. All right.
I'm happy. I'm unhappy for them, and I'm also unhappy for me.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm unhappy for everyone.
We're unhappy for everybody.
There are no winners here, but hopefully, it leaves a hole in the market. Hopefully someone will step up with a new outfit, and
I think JetBlue
things
has
will
announced
move
a
on.
whole bunch of
Yeah,
new
they're
routes,
trying to take
so
advantage
we're
of it, that's for
ready to
sure.
Was it JetBlue and Spirit that were wanting to merge a few years ago? Maybe this is all. Here's the conspiracy theory. What it actually is JetBlue just buying Spirit on the cheap. They made this deal in the back room. We're going to go out of business, and you guys can just buy the planes for pennies on the dollar. We're good to go.
Oh, that's a good conspiracy
never
theory.
know.
Yeah, I like it. All right, let's move on with this next one. Let's go to China, shall we? Shanghai, to be exact. This involves an A350 jet colliding with a jet bridge. Okay, I have several videos actually, so let's start with the first one. Sounded like a chicken or something there, didn't it?
Okay, there you go.
Okay, so we've already hit the jetway. Now we're going backwards, and then we're going to give it another shot.
I love the fact that they didn't hit it hard enough the first time.
Exactly.
Yeah, so they did it again. I'm really confused about that. Oh, and out come the reverses. Why haven't got yourself away? Just shut the damned engines down.
Well, that is probably something that they're thinking about now. They're like, maybe we should have shut the engines down. Let's go back to that first one that I think with the chicken noises. Yeah. Wow. Ow. Maybe the chickens are upset because that's where they roost in the jetway there. Oh, they're upset.
Oh, God, I didn't hit it hard enough first time. Let's give it another go.
Gosh. Okay, so there we have that one.
Another 6 inches and I'll be in my parking spot. I just need to get a little bit.
Okay, let's do this one. I guess it's from passenger view. Oh, okay. Should we look at that one again? Oh, let's get off this airplane. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah? What, Liz? Okay. Oh, man. This is like a mess over here on the left wing and the left engine.
No, nothing.
Okay. Yeah?
Do you?
What?
But the right
It's on the
side
video
still
chat.
looks
Oh,
lovely.
gotcha. All right, here we go. Here's another one. Oh, wait. I'm gonna. So this.
Oh yes,
this is I think the best one.
Great.
So we're looking at inside the cabin, and we're looking at one of the bulkheads, and above the flight attendant jump seats is one of those large monitors that is showing the view from the video camera mounted on the tail, looking forward. And I think the flight attendants are looking at some passengers like videotaping what's happening on this monitor, and they're going, what's going on? I guess they probably felt something too, felt like turbulence or whatever. So one of the flight attendants looks around like, what are they looking at? So that's where we
now they're thinking, what's
take
that?
over here.
What are those wacky pilots doing?
There we go. Oh, we're hitting that darn jetway again. Very nice. And then the flight attendant goes, what do we do now? Somebody's calling, I think.
Holy shit.
Yep. Here, let me see what's going on.
Hello?
Yeah, hello? What's going on?
We're not
You
getting home anytime soon.
Drinking?
How?
Ground
Somebody's
ground
calling
turbulence,
them.
yeah.
I love it. Mahzuz has got a good comment. Ground turbulence.
So,
that's
amongst all the hilarity,
that's a good title
isn't
there, Nick.
Putting the reversers on in the ramp kind of crazy dangerous for all the rampers and stuff that's right there next to and in front of the airplanes?
It's frowned upon.
I wouldn't say it's ideal, but I mean
suboptimal.
they should be keeping pretty well clear of the engines regardless. So I don't think it would necessarily put anyone in additional danger.
And then after hitting the two separate jetways over there on the left side, I think probably most of the people that were on the ground that were anywhere near scattered,
went further away,
running for their lives. Yeah, but I guess I'm just assuming that the captain just must have panicked, and I guess maybe the brakes weren't working, and well, the only thing else I know to do is like put the reversers out to try to keep the airplane from going forward. But then, of course, it started moving backwards, and then they put it out of reverse, and it started moving forward again. So as Captain Nick just mentioned, okay, you have to be thinking, okay, before I put it back in forward thrust, I better shut these engines down, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you want to minimize the damage, just shut the damn things down. Don't try the reverser trick, because all the time those engines are turning, and they're multi-million-dollar power units. They're going to be sucking in debris from the impact, and you're going to be destroying the engine. So just cut your losses, minimize the damage, shut the engines down, and hope for the best.
So you're saying quit while you're ahead, even if that means you're ahead of your parking spot?
Ahead. And
you're ahead
don't
of where you're
forget
supposed
to
to
put a telephone book. Oh, you don't have telephone books nowadays, do you? I'm trying to think where you could put in your trousers for the spanking you're going to get from the chief pilot.
No.
Let's not go there, Liz.
Says no injuries were reported other than the pilot's bottoms and the spankings. Pilots have been detained for testing and interview and spanking.
Is that flight operations testing or
how would they get
additional
the people
substance
off
testing
that plane?
or both?
Could they get stairs in there? Like, how are they going to get off that thing?
They disembarked them from the other side, apparently, with air stairs.
Oh, they brought stairs around. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
And really, we don't have any information yet as to why the airplane didn't stop the normal way. So, yeah, we may never know.
All right, talking about wacky things.
Okay, talking about whacking things. In this previous news item, it's the jetway. Why don't we whack some bread trucks? Say, okay.
I need some bread.
Yeah, a United flight, 767, strikes light pole and damages truck on the New Jersey Turnpike before landing at Newark.
Anti-carb thing? Do you think this was an
This is an anti-carb thing. I think you're
Okay.
right, Liz. Yeah. There's some, activists out there that'll take any means
Anti-gluten.
necessary.
Yeah.
Anti-gluten. Yeah, good point. So Kevin St. John, a long time APGer and even Catholic piloter, writes, "Hello, captains, Emeritus, Jeff and Nick."
Emeritus.
Am I saying that right? Captains Emeritus. Thank you. I didn't think that was right. Georgia or GA pilot co-hosts, producer Liz, and APG crew. It's been a while since I sent in some feedback, and this event is certainly unique. It highlights one of the many unique hazards of that infamous and odoriferous toll road known as the New Jersey Turnpike. Having the roof of your bakery truck being smashed by the landing gear of a landing commercial airliner is pretty much the definition of a one-off event. I've heard of collisions between airliners and food delivery trucks on airport tarmacs, but never one involving a vehicle on the New Jersey Turnpike. This has got to have been a crushing experience for both the long-haul pilot and the bakery truck driver. Have you ever heard of any similar event involving a commercial airliner? Not me. I wonder if anything like this has ever happened at the Dutch Caribbean island airport, known for its low approach over a popular beach. Thankfully there, they don't have a New Jersey Turnpike underneath that final approach.
Bikini-clad women.
Yeah, they have
No, but when it happens, they're going to get plenty of video evidence.
Yeah.
You're right about that. I was pleased to hear that Captain Jeff got to exercise his piloting skills during the Sun and Fun travel. Is this the first stage of return to flying on at least irregular basis? My flying, definitely irregular for sure. Best wishes to all those hosts still flying with favorable winds and lots of blue sky. Again, that was from Kevin St. John, and we have some videos if you guys would like to
Here we go. Just a sec.
watch that.
Okay,
Okay, we're going to do this one.
Yeah, there we go.
No, I just haven't advanced it over here. Okay. You know what? I'm not going to play John, Juan, whatever his name
Blanco.
is. Blanco Lirio. I'm not going to play his, but I will include his video in the show notes because he does a pretty good job of explaining things, as he always does. But let's start off with this vast aviation video, shall we? Real Aviation Communications. LiveATC.net audio. This happened on the 3rd of May. United 767-400 performing flight from Venice, Italy to Newark. Final approach between the RNAV to runway 29. So, I should probably do...
Tower to United 169 for the RNAV 29.
Okay. He's all in a good mood. Yeah. So coming in to land, normally from this direction, they'd be landing on the 22s, 22 left, 22 right. However, sometimes when the winds are very strong out of the west, they will have us come in flying an approach to the 22s, but either fly and then peel off and do a circle to land on runway 29, or fly the RNAV to 29, which is essentially the same thing, but it's an instrument-guided approach using RNAV GPS.
And you and Captain Nick have flown that.
Yeah, I have flown this a few times.
No, Captain Nick has not.
Captain Nick has not, but I have. And
no, we had a procedure, but I never had to use it.
And it's because you hardly do it, and then, you're looking for. I flew the one that was called the Stadium Visual, which is essentially the same kind of track that this flight took, doing the RNAV approach, which the RNAV kind of basically imitates or is the same kind of flight path. But it's when you're doing the visual maneuver and you don't have, because when I was doing it, we didn't have RNAV approaches on my fleet. So, and in fact, I don't even know if they had a real RNAV approach back then anyway, but it's confusing because you're looking for landmarks that you're not used to looking at. And there are some vertical path guidance items out there to help you out. In this case, a little bit non-standard. It's a PAPI, a precision approach path indicator, a series of 4 lights, left to right. And when you're on glide path, I believe it's red, red, white, white. And
other way around.
They turn
red
white,
from
white,
right.
red, red. Okay. But normally the PAPI's, the standard location is on the left side of the runway. But in this case, because, you're coming in from the north and you're making that tight right turn to align with 29, they put the PAPI, well, I'm not sure this is the reason why, but they're on the right side. So it's a little bit non-standard, but they're there. And so all you do is you make sure that you're keeping the white, white, red, red look at it, and you're on the appropriate slope, and you're not going to hit any bread trucks on the turnpike.
So Jeff,
Neil had some good background on the approach performance.
Okay, what? The approach pitch was okay, but the roll performance was a bit flat. Okay.
He hit a bread truck, Jeff.
The rolls.
Oh, I see.
Oh, God. That's terrible, Neil. Go away.
It was so bad, Neil, that I didn't even get it. I was trying to speed up.
Mahzuz got a comment.
Up the catering turnaround. I was trying to speed up the catering turnaround. Okay. Wow. Okay. You guys need to try harder.
We've overloaded Jeff's humor.
Yeah. It's just like
Let's go back to VAS Aviation.
Let's go back to VAS Aviation, shall we? So we have the check-in with Tower from United Flight 169. And again, it's a 767-400 coming from Venice, Italy, intending to land at Newark, which they did.
United 169, Heavy Newark Tower, hello, wind 30015, gust 31, runway 29, clear to land.
Clear to land, 29, United 169.
He is perky, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. He's happy to be home.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Until
Give
this
him
happened.
about 15 minutes or so.
Yeah. And so it's depicting the path, doing the circle maneuver, basically lining up on 29. Looks like they're really nicely lined up on 29. They're only at 200 feet, though, and they're quite a ways away from the runway. Looks like they're level at 200 feet for a while. And here's a bread truck that we're seeing in the inset video. Ooh, that's not good. Yeah. They were a little bit low.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Right up until the airplane got there, that
United
truck driver seemed
169,
pretty
heavy,
happy.
exit the high speed, then left turn to join Yankee and contact ground.
Yankee and over to ground, United 169.
I've already contacted something.
Yeah.
We had some light chop on short fire.
Just joining Yankee.
United 169, heavy, Newark ground, taxi, Yankee, Sierra Alpha. Good day.
Yankee, Sierra Alpha for United 169, heavy.
Let me try that again. Yankee, Uniform, Bravo, Sierra Alpha.
It was so much easier the first time. Yankee, Uniform, Bravo, Sierra Alpha for United 169.
At this point, it doesn't seem like anything is abnormal.
No.
Everybody's happy and everything's normal.
Going home.
Aircraft continued to the gate
Everybody
normally.
but that truck driver.
Except for the truck driver. Something else is going out there.
Tower 99, I'm holding short the 29 at Zulu 8.
Okay, airport people probably got the word that something happened on the turnpike and possibly might be some debris on the runway.
Where are you holding short at 29, car 99?
Zulu 8, sir.
Zulu 8, roger. I'll get you on there in a moment.
Car 99 holding short 29.
Car 99, did you get a report for what the issue was?
I got different conflictions on the turnpike.
What's a confliction?
Confliction.
There was only one conflict. It was the truck and the main landing gear of the airplane.
Yeah. But you have to admit, that was different.
Yeah, they felt something over the threshold, and there's a hole in the side of the airplane. So,
oops.
I'm going to get you on the runway here in a moment. They said it was right at the threshold, so just be a minute.
It was actually before.
Almost.
No debris was found after they car 99, where are you? Wasn't that a show?
Yeah.
Way back before my day, actually.
Police comedy.
Yeah, police comedy. Okay. This is what a normal approach to runway 29 looks like. I'm glad that they did this on VAS Aviation because it does show some really good video footage of what they should have been seeing when they came in for this approach. And we're seeing a video inset here. So coming in, it is low, you have to admit, and you can't see the turnpike coming into view and some traffic driving along northbound and southbound. But you can see there's still, from that side view there, they're still quite a ways above the Turnpike. They're not super low at that point, and that's the normal glide path. And then they touch down. They're aiming for the 1,000-foot bars there as their aim point, and then they still have a lot of, especially with a high wind, gusting to 31 knots. That's a long runway. I mean, it's not as long as the 22 left, 22 right, but it's still a decent enough length of runway for even a 767-400 to land.
Okay,
but
we have to take a minute here and go into some comments in the chat room.
The chat group is
on fire. Okay, chat room is on fire. Okay, I'll let you guys do the honor because since my comedy meter is not
Busted.
working very well. Yeah.
Well, we got to start with Maine Marins, I think. He's trying to get a rise out of you with the bread jokes.
Okay, I did like that one.
Mahzuz said your humor is too dry.
Oh, ow.
I call foxes. I believe that's Tim.
It is.
Yep.
Said that was a close call, no matter how you slice it. And
Okay.
Neil said,
I'm
sorry,
doing
Liz,
it.
go ahead.
I'm doing it.
We're working together badly. He said he did well to breadstick the landing.
Not so good.
Tim also says on the taxiway they were rolling in the dough.
Gosh.
Maine Marin said they need a new approach.
Need KNEAD a new approach.
This is great,
okay.
though, from Neil.
This might be another show title. Yeah, there was a confliction with the confections.
And
the
I like
last
that
one.
one too. No loafing.
I call
on
foxes
landing.
no loafing on landing.
and it's car 54. Where are you? Thank you.
Oh,
Mahzuz.
54. Dang it.
Car 54, where are you?
Starring
Well,
Herman
99,
Munster,
54.
Yep.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, you're right.
Anyway, thank you, chat room. You're on fire.
Yeah, you guys
that
are
was
great.
well done.
Very, 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 very nice.
And that's the show. Thanks everybody for
Yeah.
coming.
All right.
That's it.
Thanks for coming.
I've got some slides to show. Do you want to show?
Oh,
the,
do you?
the-
Let's
the
see some
airport,
slides then.
Run the airport
Yeah.
diagram.
Sure.
Want to see that one?
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, there's the airport diagram. You can see 29 at the top there going from, the horizontal line, basically.
So they were
left to
coming in
right or
this
right to
way,
left.
yeah.
Yep, they were. Yep.
Yep.
And you can see it's a little bit shorter than the normal landing runway, which is the one on the right, the 22 left, or 4 right if you're coming in from the south.
40% shorter, but who's counting?
Yeah, but as I said, you have to
Doable.
think about the conditions, and the reason why they're even using 29 is because of the high winds. And when you have a high wind going straight down your pipe, so to
helps.
speak, the airplane thinks it's a longer runway. There's the offending
The lamppost.
light pole, lamppost.
I think that would be the offended light pole.
Or offended. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Oh, and this is the very happy
He
bread truck
was in
driver.
that video. Yeah.
And unbeknownst to him, right above his left-hand shoulder behind, you can see the left main landing gear of the 767-400 coming at his
through
truck.
his window.
Although, I'm still not convinced that is from a tire there, that on the windshield, honestly. But that's just
I
me.
don't know.
Well, it may have hit the top, which compressed the window. And
Now this
caused it to
tire
shatter.
is on the plane. Is that a landing gear?
Yeah, that's the landing gear, main
So what
landing
are
gear.
they showing
tire.
there? What
That's
is
a
it?
bit of bread truck paint.
Oh, bread truck paint. It's not
No,
icing, is it?
I always think it might be icing, or maybe
Yeah.
some of that stuff they,
Yeah.
like
Could be
the
a
cornmeal or whatever they put
a
on
bagel with
bread.
everything. I
Right.
don't know.
Yeah. There's
And
there's
there's
a
the-
hole
yeah.
in the plane. Speaking of bagels, there's a hole in the plane.
This
We have
whole thing reminds me of a short film. Have you guys ever seen 405, the movie?
No.
No, and I don't
Very
think I
late
ever will.
90s, early 2000s. You got to look it up. It is hilarious.
That's
basically, long
Interstate
story short, it's
405 in California, the freeway.
Yep.
And then make a left and come 405 north. From there, just get off Mulholland.
Yep. So it's an airplane that lands on the 405. One guy doesn't get the memo. The entire runway is empty, or the entire freeway is empty. This one guy's tootling along in his Jeep Cherokee, and I won't spoil it, but it's worth.
Oh, wait a minute! Is this
a
the
few
one
minutes.
where the aircraft hasn't got a nose gear? Or
Partway through the
something
movie,
wrong
yes.
with its nose gear. Yeah.
The Jeep becomes the nose gear essentially.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I've
I
definitely seen that. In fact,
My parents were friends with people who helped make that movie. But anyway, reminds me very much of
great.
that. Hilarious.
So there's an aerial view of the
There's the area view of the approach end of runway 29. Very
some handy arrows saying don't land here.
Right.
Yeah.
Land up here.
Keep going. Keep going a little bit further before you touch
bit
down.
further.
Yeah.
What a shame. I feel a bit sorry for the crew, but if ever there was a need for a go around.
Yeah, for sure.
There's that.
So there's the flight path where kind of the top would be to the west and essentially, basically. I do have some video.
Back a couple slides real quick to that, the one with the overhead view. That one. Nope. Forward. One more. That one. Nope.
Which one?
One back.
One back.
That one. That. Perfect. So right there at the edge of the freeway, this is showing, and again, this is based on GPS, but, or based on what the airplane's reading. So they're at 75 feet. The runway safety area is required to be from the threshold out is 1,000 feet. So if you use a basic 3-to-1 math, they should be somewhere around 330 feet.
Yeah, and I think the threshold crossing height on runway 29 is 60. So where the actual runway begins after the displaced threshold, so quite a bit in this picture that we're looking at, quite a bit, toward the left side.
That's 2,000 feet.
That is where you're supposed to be 60 feet above. So basically where those piano keys are, all those, bold white lines there to the right of it, where that strong white paint is there. No.
There?
Just to the right of those horizontal lines.
The solid line.
The vertical line, the vertical solid line right there. That's the threshold. Okay. 60 feet. That's where they should be. Obviously they weren't.
They weren't.
Yeah.
Not quite.
Jeff, do you want to read this little one that I put in here?
Yeah, please do. So here, there's a note. There are always notes to these various approaches. The approach they were flying was RNAV, RMP, Yankee, runway 29. And it's hard for me to read exactly. Approach not authorized. What does it say?
Approach not authorized when bakery trucks in approach path.
There you go. So obviously,
what's interesting is presumably that's a genuine chart. Can you read the sentence before that, AJ?
Straight in runway 29 at night, operational VGSI required, remain on or above VGSI glide path until threshold. Approach not authorized when bakery trucks in approach path.
Yeah. So the important bit there is stay on or above the vertical guidance indicators.
Yes.
So they definitely weren't on or above. They were below. So that should have been an instant go around.
Here we go. We're going to play this video of the truck driver who's all nice and happy.
I'm a happy truck driver. Look at me being happy.
He's singing. He's having a good time.
I love my
looking
job.
out the window. Ow. Yeah. Okay. And then here's some from CBS News.
Dramatic new video appears to show the moment United Flight 169 struck a light pole and a tractor trailer on the New Jersey Turnpike while landing at Newark Airport Sunday.
See what I mean?
It's a new view of the accident captured on the dash cam of Warren Bordley's truck. The flight was coming in dangerously low from Venice, Italy, with 231 people on board.
So it wasn't Venice, Los Angeles.
You can see what appears to be the landing gear just before impact. Bordley suffered minor injuries and is now home in Baltimore recovering. His father, Warren.
Out of all the things in the world, a plane. You can't prepare for that.
Nope.
Police say the light pole also hit an SUV. Look closely, you can see the bent pole here. The plane was landing amid gusty winds on the shortest of Newark's 3 runways.
They felt something over the threshold, and there's a hole in the side of the airplane.
New pictures show some of the damage from the collision, including that hole in the plane and marks on the landing gear, as well as the busted windshield of the truck.
It appeared to be nothing short of a miracle to me that he even survived it.
Now, Bordley's attorney says his client is still in physical pain, but also dealing with the emotional shock of, getting hit by a plane. Now, the NTSB says it has interviewed the flight crew. Investigators will look at pilot action, but also if that wind played any factor in this accident, Tony.
That's possible, too. Oh, I can hear Liz's alarm going off in the background, and she's out doing something at her condo like rearranging her car or moving her car or something. But we'll just have to just not think about that alarm going off in the background.
You can just mute Unity.
Oh, that's right. We can unlatch the. Thank you for saying that.
While you're working on that, one thought that I just had is it's a good point about the high winds and being a high headwind, because that is going to change your glide path. Your descent rate would need to be a lower number in order to match the same descent, because you're going a slower ground speed. So that could, if they just kept a standard, whatever in their mind, 800 feet a minute, 700 feet, whatever, that would cause them to come in short.
And it's also possible, as we all know as pilots, when you have a very strong, especially a strong gusting direct headwind, that can cause some interesting vertical deviations. So, I mean, that's, I'm sure, something that they're going to be looking at. So winds definitely probably played a role in this. Now I'm going to hit play again on this video and just to the point where it strikes the top of the truck, I think, maybe. Okay. Oops, no, I got to go over here to this window. Okay, here we go.
69 struck a light pole and a tractor trailer on the New Jersey.
Okay, right about there is where it hit. So it looks like it's hitting the actual trailer part of the...
Yeah, but the left-hand one is the one that's in the picture coming through his window, or coming, you can see.
I know, but I still, I'm not, call me not convinced. I think it was the pole.
Well, it may, what knocked his truck over then? Because I'm trying to think of anything else that might have done it.
Yeah.
I think it was one of these big, tall light poles on the other side of the road came down and smashed into the windshield.
That's what I think. The thing hit the light pole. The light pole went ricocheting away and hit the windscreen, because it looks like the main landing gear to me, even in this picture where we see the landing gear coming into view and behind him, looks like it's no way it's in front of him. So I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't really matter, does it? He hit a truck.
A truck
something
was
hit
hit
the truck.
in the
The truck
making of
was
this
hit
landing.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it lets the 7.6 drivers off.
No, I don't think it makes much difference, does it?
No, not to them.
No. It's too bad we don't know a 7.6 pilot who does a lot of international flying.
Yeah, I wish we had somebody that could. In fact, we were kind of talking before we started the recording that we do actually know some people that listen to our show that fly for this company and fly heavy jets. Haven't heard from that person. Just saying. All right. Anything else to say on this? But this is like a one in a lifetime thing. We'll probably never ever have a report like this one again.
No, I don't think we left it half baked.
No. Man. Okay.
I won't make any more jokes, I promise.
I doubt that that's true.
A break for station identification.
WAPG, it's the airline pilot guy.
This next news item involves an Azul E295 and a Gol B737-800 at Sao Paulo on the 30th of April of this year, not too long ago. Near collision between one of the flights taking off and one of them going around. And the first... I think the first one I'm going to play is the one where we actually have the video of the scene somewhere off the end of the runway, looking back toward the runway where the jets are on go around and take off. And we kind of can see how they get a little close. So here we go. Open.
Take a look at this new video showing a frightening close call between two passenger jets in Sao Paulo, Brazil. One plane attempting to land as the other was taking off. According to flight radar, they were just 450 feet apart at one point. Authorities in Brazil are now investigating this incident.
Okay. And now let's watch the actual ADS-B information from the same incident, and we can see how close they got.
I love the engine noise.
Okay, you can see they're both very, very close. And when they got within, they say, 450 feet. Okay. And, we've seen a lot of events like this where, for whatever reason, the airplane on final is either told to go around or they decide because of an unstable approach or whatever that they don't want to continue to landing, and then they initiate a go-around procedure, and then the airplane on the runway has already been cleared for takeoff and is rolling. And that's why we've talked about in the past that it's very, very important that somebody take control of the situation, like the air traffic controller, and start giving vectors that are divergent so that the airplanes don't fly up into each other, or lacking that I believe that I think the guy doing the go-around, the people doing the go-around should probably maybe offset just a little bit. I mean, not a huge amount, just to make sure that we don't have an airplane flying up into our belly. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I get to watch that all day long at work with
I bet
mistimed patterns, and the go-around with the guy taking off, it's always close. So yeah, it's a pretty immediate turn needs to be given to that airplane that's going around.
I mean, the problem is that we don't have a window through the floor, and certainly on our aircraft, the view down was very, very restricted, and you're not in a position to put a lot of bank on when you're low to try and spot the guy. So all you can really do is watch the radult and see.
If it suddenly goes to 10.
Yes. and then just close your eyes and do some praying.
Yeah.
Praying. We do have some information here. When the ERJ finally commenced takeoff, so I guess they were kind of slow to begin their takeoff roll, a separation between the aircraft had already become too tight. Tower instructed the Embraer to cancel takeoff and the Boeing to go around. The Boeing initiated the go around. The Embraer, however, continued the takeoff. That's where we got the problem. So they told them to abort their takeoff, but they continued. Tower issued another instruction to stop without reply from the crew. Tower instructed the Boeing to turn to the right. Okay, that's good. They're issuing some vectors to the airplane.
Trying to get separation.
Trying to get separation, yeah. The RGA became airborne and climbed straight ahead, and the Boeing began a right-hand turn. Boeing crew reported receiving a TCAS resolution advisory, an RA. Tower explained that the departing aircraft had taken too long to depart, had already left the frequency before having departed. That happens, by the way, on a lot of places around the world, doesn't it, Captain Nick? Where you're instructed to...
I never have like that.
No, me neither.
I think it's a dreadful
That seems like a
system.
terrible idea.
I know. And I don't know if Canada still does it, but that was one of the places I flew to quite often that would do that. They clear you for takeoff, and then they say contact departure. I mean, before you even started your roll, you're already on departure frequency.
We want to get rid of you guys.
Yeah. No love lost, Liz.
Yeah.
Let's see.
That's something we actually talk about in our scenarios, is that you'll have VFR small traffic take off ahead of larger airliners, and you don't want to switch that airliner until you've given them all the traffic calls they might need. So that is actually a point of discussion to not switch them too early.
Yeah, communication's important in this game we call flying, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
In everything.
Yeah, in everything, for sure. According to the ADS-B data transmitted, the separation reduced to 400 feet vertical and 0.27 nautical miles horizontal.
Less than that.
Yeah,
because I can see a flight level 3.3 and a flight level 3.1.
Yeah, but
and a
Nick,
3,
if you look at the
3.3, but by that
if you look at the timestamps, where the dots are close together don't match up.
Oh, so they don't. They're only a couple of seconds apart. The one I'm looking at.
Yeah.
3408, 3406, they're only 200 feet apart.
Yeah, I even says so here in this narrative that I'm looking at. They said that at 1433.57 UTC, 200 feet vertical and 0.18 nautical miles horizontal. So, yeah, only 200. Wow. That one news report that we were listening to, that first video, said 450, but they underplayed it.
Quite honestly, looking at that video, they didn't look very close, but I think they're a bit close.
I think if you look at that, if you take that picture that you were showing just for the value of the spacing of the dots, it looks close. But if you look at the timestamps where it's right there at the 33:59 and 33:53, so that's 6 seconds apart, and going 2 to 3 miles a minute, and one of them's climbing at 1,000, 1,500 feet a minute, hopefully at least. So that's significant. Could be a significant difference. We're talking hundreds, not tens of thousands of feet or anything, but still. Yeah.
Maine Marin's got
it's not as close as they made it look.
Well, Maine Marin in our live audience says the single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it has taken place. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Very good point. Well, I see somebody that looks like wants to join us here on the big screen. There's Dr. Steph. Hello, Doctor.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Steffi.
Doctor.
Hello.
Captain.
Doctor, Captain.
Doctor? 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 Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor? Doctor? Doctor? Doctor? Doctor? Doctor? Doctor? Doctor? Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor? Doctor? Doctor? Doctor? And doctor.
Dr. Captain.
Do you concur? I concur.
Actually, which of those professions takes precedence? Is it Dr. Captain or Captain Doctor?
Captain. 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 Captain.
Well, in Germany, it's Professor Doctor. I don't know about Captain Doctor or Doctor Captain.
But if you were a professor and a captain and a doctor, what would it be then?
Complicated.
It's probably the one that you spend most of your time doing. It takes.
You also have no social life.
Yeah, exactly.
What I'd like to know is how do I get rid of all these darn things that are in our video thumbnails that I can't seem to get rid of anymore? I've played the videos.
There are a lot of video thumbnails there.
You got a few of them up now, dude.
And
I don't know.
I can't get rid of them. There's nothing.
I'm not an IT specialist. I can tell you that.
That's obvious to me. How do you get rid of them?
Oh, we rapidly exhausted my attempts to help.
Well, when I click the one that I put up, Jeff, on those 3 dots, I get the option to remove my own. But when I click yours, I don't. So
yeah, and I'm
edit
pretty sure
the name of all of them.
I could do that. Oh, wait a minute. It says remove from studio. Hang on.
There you go.
Wait
Hey, you should try that button.
Hey.
That button.
Hey.
Nobody has any idea what we're talking about.
The problem
there's
is
this other panel where all the videos are
so
staged.
the problem is that I don't understand how to read English. That's that's the problem.
I never learned how to read. If it was in Danish, it would be good.
Oh my gosh.
Well, you know what?
I apologize.
We're right at the 1 hour mark. Do you want to?
Well, I'm glad that was solved and figured out.
Yeah, me too. It wasn't solved until you got here, Dr. Steph.
That was impressive, Dr. Steph. That was good.
I'm glad I could be of assistance. I'm not sure what I did, but
no, it's your influence.
Yeah, well, it was just your presence
your aura.
that made me feel
right.
confident to figure this out. So thank you. I appreciate that.
Let's go do some getting lost now, I think.
Oh, yeah, I think we should. That whole new segment was such a mess. Sorry, everybody. Okay. Here we go.
I'm glad I missed it. Just kidding.
Yeah, you probably are. All right, getting to know us. It's a time of the show where we get to get caught up on what everybody has been up to between episodes, especially those that we haven't seen in a while. So I think let's start with that particular person that we haven't seen in a while, the lovely Dr. Steph.
Put her on the spot immediately.
Yeah.
I'm good. When was the last time I saw you?
I don't know.
3 years ago?
Yeah, 3 years ago.
It was that long ago.
I think it was near Christmas.
I would say 3 weeks ago.
So, the way I figure out what I've been doing is I just scroll back through my photos because that's how I remember where I've been and what I've done because I can't remember either. Because all it does is all it seems like I do is work, but obviously that's not true, but it is a lot of what I do.
Tell her before Boston, Jeff.
I don't know. I'm going back.
Liz says before Boston.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think we talked about Boston.
Nope.
So none of this really involves any flying, or maybe it kind of does. So I can back up to just before that. I did have, I did. It doesn't involve any of my own personal flying, except for the day, let's see, what day was hold on, let me get some dates here. So that way I can put things in context. So April 18th was a Saturday.
You didn't give the captain your business card? It says, I'm a pilot when you got on the airplane? I thought we all did that.
Oh,
That's just me.
I failed. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you why I did not here, because there may be some relevance to that. But the 18th of April, I spent all day being a jumper dumper. I think I flew 24 loads of skydivers, and we were done by 6 p.m.
Wow.
That's the timestamp I have there. And then we were looking at the weather that was a Saturday. Looking at the weather for Sunday was an obvious no-go. I forget exactly what was happening. Rain, low clouds, wind, probably all of the above. So, well, if we're not doing that, my plan for Sunday night was to go up to Boston so that I could spectate the Boston Marathon. Had a bunch of friends running this year. It's always just a fun time to go watch a marathon that you're not actually participating in. So I thought, well, maybe I'll get up there a day early. My coach is from the area up in Boston, and they have a big shakeout run on Sunday morning. So I looked down at my American Airlines app, and I went, oh, there is an 8:50 flight. Now it is 6 p.m., and I am about 35 miles south of the Charlotte airport, and I still need to go home and pack. So I went, I think I can do it. So I changed my flight. I swapped from the Sunday to the Saturday. I drove home, put a bunch of stuff in a bag, looked at the weather real quick for Boston, which was decidedly colder than it had been in South Carolina. So that Saturday, it was about 90 degrees Fahrenheit for the high. And then I think I got to Boston and the high was like, I don't know, like in the 40s maybe, and overcast. And I mean, it was very different. So I went, I don't even know what I need to wear for that anymore. So I just grabbed a bunch of stuff that seemed warm, put it in a bag, and then got up to the airport, and basically just in time to join the queue to board the airplane and go up to Boston. So made it.
Did you even have to stop? I mean, did you just like walk from parking and
Oh, no. I parked
walking?
and walked straight through security. I will say I'm a big fan of the touchless TSA pre-check system that they have now. So you don't have to have your ID out or anything. It just takes your picture, which I'm fine with. They've already got all my identity information. I'm not a secret to anyone. So takes your picture. It comes up and says, this is who I am, and this is my flight that I'm booked for. And you just walk right through. And then the rest of the security screening is basically the same. Stuff goes on the belt, x-rayed, good to go. And then I had to walk all the way to the farthest gate possible. Probably, well, not the farthest, because that would have been one of the A gates, but like end of the B gates probably. So by the time I got there, it was like boarding begins in 2 minutes. Like I think they were actually pre-boarding. So it was pretty good timing.
Great time.
Good job.
Yeah, perfect.
It sounds like efficient time management to me.
Yeah, it was very efficient time management. So, and then
Did you get on the right flight?
I got on the correct flight.
She had her wallet.
That's when we had the problem.
It was all
They
worked
didn't
really
do
well.
a real good job of screening which flight I actually got onto. I ended up in, Southern California. No, I'm just kidding. I ended up in Boston. It was kind of icky when I got to Boston. I took a picture of the TAF. It was, I don't know, what did it say? Overcast, 400, drizzle, mist, 45 degrees.
Yuck.
Yeah, icky. So it was kind of the same the next morning.
Boston.
Icky.
Oh dear.
So, but met up with a bunch of my friends the next morning. We had a little group run, a little shakeout run along the Charles. Most of them were running the race the next day. I was not, along with a handful of others. So we just got to enjoy ourselves and have coffee and donuts afterwards. And
wow.
actually entertained myself. It was a rainy day. It rained all day. I went over to the expo and spent money on some merchandise I didn't need, but liked. And then I went to, if you're familiar with Boston, there's a road called Newbury Street. And on Newbury, there are two restaurants across the street from each other. One is Joe's on Newbury, and the other is Stephanie's on Newbury. So I'm Stephanie, obviously. My brother is Joe, so we always laugh that it's... My other brother is left out. There's no Michaels on Newbury, unfortunately. But it was a rainy day. I went into Stephanie's. I had a Steffi burger. It's literally the name of the burger. It had all kinds of stuff on it, like fried onions, bacon. I don't think it had an egg, but it was a decent burger. And then I went back to my hotel room. I had a nice workout in they had a very lovely gym at the, where was I staying? The Hilton, like right at the airport, I think. And then nice night's sleep and went out the next day, which was a nice sunny day. It was still chilly and a little bit windy at times. Nice running conditions though, and got to watch the whole marathon from about mile 23 on course with a friend of mine.
Good job.
So yeah, it was a great day for that marathon. There were some very fast times run. They had a tailwind and it was cool. So it was pretty good running conditions.
So you were not running?
I was not running.
Just
no.
Okay,
I was just there to spectate and be part of the crowd.
Okay.
And then I had a lobster roll before I left town. Did not realize that market price on the lobster meant the lobster roll itself was $45. So, whoops.
Wow.
But it was good. It was worth it. And then, it was.
So was it? Okay.
It was. To continue with the running part of the show, I know everyone's missed out on this. Later in the week, I flew out to Salt Lake City and joined my brother out there, and we ran the Salt Lake City half marathon. So that was.
Liz was asking something about the London Marathon record.
Oh yeah. So 6 days after Boston is the London Marathon. So a lot of people actually do that as a back-to-back double, but both Boston and London draw professional runners who are, and especially in London and courses that are flat and world record eligible, people who are world class, and going for those records. So up to this point in history, no one has run on a legal competition course in a race a sub 2 hour marathon. But at the London Marathon this year, there were actually 2 guys that went under 2 hours for the first time ever in a record eligible.
That's like a dead sprint.
It's 4 minutes and I'm going to get it wrong.
12 miles an hour, right?
Yeah.
More than 12 miles an hour.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, and the guy who won Boston ran a 2:01:35, and to watch him go through at mile 23, he didn't even look like he was tired. He was going uphill.
Just to put that in perspective for people who are not runners, and I'm not a runner, but I do silly things like turn the treadmill up as fast as it will go. It's about a mile and a half hour faster than that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
For context, the fastest mile I have run as an adult is 6 minutes and 12 seconds. And I don't think I can make my legs move any faster than that. So to run almost 2 minutes per mile faster for 26 miles.
26?
26, yeah. Is, it doesn't really compute.
You're not human.
So the day before the London Marathon, my brother and I ran the Salt Lake City half marathon. I was doing it as a workout. He was doing it as a workout. We didn't have any big time goals or anything. His goal was just to go under 2 hours. So he ran like a 1:56 for half the distance. To put it in context. And he's not a slouchy runner.
No,
he's
not.
He's pretty good.
Neil's got a comment here.
Neil in our
Salt Lake was fun. Yeah.
He says, imagine being the second guy.
Well, here's the thing about the second guy. So he owns the second fastest time in the half marathon currently. He broke 2 hours. There's a meme going around that says, you broke 2 hours in the marathon. Did you win? And it's like, no, I didn't win. Still came
Always
in
a
second.
bridesmaid, never a bride.
Yeah. So, yeah, I can't imagine that. But he was, I saw some interviews with him, and he was very excited about his accomplishment, and he's up and coming marathon runner coming from shorter distances. So I think we've, hopefully we're just kind of scratching the surface of some of those times.
We'll see him again.
Yeah, we'll see him again for sure. There's been a lot of other really good running feats recently too, but in order to not turn this into
as opposed to running hands,
running podcast, I'm going to stop talking about that now. And the only other thing I'll mention, is that I went to an NHL hockey game in Salt Lake City, the Utah Mammoth versus the
Did a fight
Las
break
Vegas.
out?
I forget what they are. Knights, maybe? That was a lot of fun. I had a good time.
Any fighting? Breaking out?
There was some fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a little bit of fighting.
Is
been a while
it really
since
a hockey game if they don't fight?
But what about the players? Did they fight?
They fought. They definitely fought. I fought the people next to. No, I'm just kidding.
Good point.
Man, that arena in Salt Lake, the Delta Center, it gets so loud. I forgot how loud it actually gets. It's been probably 2 decades since I've been there for any sort of event. I had not brought earplugs with me, and I regretted that. But cool experience. They did a really nice job of fan experience for the game. So
cool.
Yeah, I think
Excellent.
that's most of it. The rest of it's been work.
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 Yeah. Well, I'm glad you made it to the show. That's great.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Glad to be here. Good to see you guys.
All right. Who wants to go next?
Oh, I can play them on a little video and that'll get rid of me.
All right.
So I had a visitor from America come, and if you listen to this, you'll find out all about it.
Hi there, Jeff. It's Nick here. Would you believe it? I'm down the pub yet again. Cheers. And
I believe
beside me is Gareth, who's just flown in from Chicago. And very nicely, he's, despite the fact he's probably hanging in his straps, he has come all the way down on the train to my local village. And we're going to have a meal together. And before we do that, I think it's probably only fair if we have a little word to the APG world and find out what you've been up to.
Yeah, sure. I, like you said, got here today, and I've just been enjoying life as a very senior first officer.
Very senior now, I would have thought.
Very senior, yeah. I'm number 12 in Chicago. And
oh, wow.
So, yeah, it's a good life.
Mm-hmm.
Just enjoying doing all kinds of things, mainly not airline flying related, but
all right.
But I do enjoy flying my airplane on my days off, and
well, you better tell us about that.
Yeah, I have a Cessna Cardinal. It's a I've owned it for probably 23 years now, and so I keep a good habit of flying that, and so I enjoy that, and I do a lot of woodworking on the side. So yeah, that's kind of what I do on my days off.
Very nice. You have no plans to build yourself a wooden aircraft?
No, I've never even thought of that.
Do you think it would be within your skill level?
Probably not. I don't know if I would get in it, but yeah.
Absolutely excellent. And we won't tell everyone which airline you work for, but it's not that one. It's another
it's this one, right?
Yes.
Yay.
Indeed. But
Acme.
how's it go? And you say very senior. Are you're ready for command?
Well, I would like to say yes. I'm ready, but I don't know that my family is ready for me to do that.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fair enough.
Yeah. So I've chosen the lifestyle over work, if you will.
Yeah, no, that's very sensible. I know a lot of guys who did exactly that, and they were very happy with their careers. So,
yeah. Hopefully soon. I'd like to within the next 2 years. We'll see what opportunities come.
Excellent. Oh, that's excellent. And what do you generally do, and where do you generally go on your flights?
I do a lot of flying to Europe in general. We fly a lot of Zurich and Amsterdam.
Oh, right. Okay.
And every once in a while London.
Now, you don't drink, but do you partake in Amsterdam?
No.
Not so much. No. Fair enough.
Not a good idea.
No, stop it.
Especially on video.
And not in our line of work. Although, having retired, I've often wondered if I ought to just pop over and give it a go, just see what it's like.
Yeah, I have a Dutch friend who is also an airline pilot, and he promises me when I retire to take me
and show you the good stuff.
Yes, indeed.
Excellent fun. Excellent. Now, you live up near the Great Lakes, don't you? Well, you were born near the Great Lakes. You live a little further inland now.
Yeah. I still live pretty near where I grew up. Maybe about 45 minutes drive. So it's pretty good. And I've always lived in the same state. So, I just enjoy it there. And
excellent. Are you far from your aircraft?
No, it's about 15-minute drive.
Oh, fabulous. So how often do you get up there with your family and take them somewhere nice?
Well, I don't know that my family all enjoys the airplane as much as I do. So
okay.
It's mainly myself, and I'll take friends up, and my son does enjoy flying, so we'll go flying sometimes. My son and I.
How old is he?
He just turned 15.
Oh, great age. Yeah. So has he shown any interest, unlike my two, who were the least bit interested in aviation?
Yes. He really wants to be an airline pilot.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah. Well, you're obviously setting a very good example.
Well, I'm not sure about that. I think I'm not sure if I do that. But I do know that I have taken him to Oshkosh every year that he's been alive, and he loves, he loves the airplanes and going up and spending time with me. So,
oh, that's fantastic. That's good father-son bonding stuff.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm very jealous of you and your beautiful family and your the lovely place you live, and the fact that you've got your own damned airplane. Yeah,
a little bit different than here in the UK. I think it's a lot less prevalent here, right?
Well, it's a little more expensive, and the airspace is a lot more crowded.
Yeah.
But I think there's still a reasonably large GA community. And there's certainly a lot of airfields. You know, you guys came across during World War II and built us lots.
A bunch, yeah. Yes. That is true. Just about everywhere you look, there's an airfield here.
That's exactly right. There you go. Now, anything you want to tell us about your flight over, or anything that's happened to you of interest that might keep our audience on the edges of their seats?
Yeah, I mean, our flight over was pretty good until northern Canada.
Those darn Canadians.
Yeah.
And,
always problems.
Yeah, and we hit some moderate turbulence, I would say, and until we got out over the ocean, and then it was smoothed out pretty good there, and it was smooth sailing the rest of the way.
Did you manage to get the meal service out of the way before the turbulence?
I ate and got into the bunk seat just before the turbulence came.
So you were rocked to sleep?
Yeah, it was rocked to sleep. Yeah, so it was smooth the whole time I was flying.
Of course,
but, yeah.
I wonder what that tells us about the skill of the guy you left in charge.
Exactly, yeah. I had a nice landing here in London, and
it was like reasonable weather, a little crosswind.
Yeah, I guess it was a little bit crosswind. Yeah, because I put one of the mains down before I put the other one down. So, and they wanted us to get off quickly. Pretty hard on the brakes because I think it was Alpha 8. I think we landed on 9 left, and so we had to stop pretty quickly to make
9
that.
left. Did you wave at the king as you went past?
I did not.
I
did not. No.
Wrong side of the cockpit. I guess.
Well, it was. Yeah,
I always used to salute the Queen, but sadly she's gone now. The King's in residence. But there you go. Anyway, it's been lovely chatting to you. Thank you very much indeed. You know what I'm going to ask you to do now?
Is it throw it back to Jeff?
Yes, please.
Back to you, Jeff.
All right, thanks. Got it.
Well done, sir. Cheers.
Thank you.
That was well done. God, Captain Nick, you're such a great interviewer. And Garrett, thanks for sharing yourself for the APG community and the APG crew here.
A lovely laid-back guy. So, that was fun to meet him. And he's already back home, having flown home today. I'm assuming he's landed by now. Anyway, so, that's been my the highlight of my week. And I'll hand it over to somebody else.
Cover art.
Oh, you want me to do cover art now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right. Cover up. We had some interesting suggestions to do with ground turbulence and, that's a different one. Joint meetup. So we were talking of joints in Amsterdam. Kick your own kayak. Flying chipmunks. My friend Fred has hairy balls. And we...
Too much personal.
Too much. So the one that I thought would be good was expressing the AP gland or AP gland infection, which is what we ended up with. So I think AP Gland was supposed to be APG Land.
APG Land, yes.
Yeah, the fine gentleman who wrote in squeezed those together so it said AP Gland. And I imagined a gland in an airport erupting as someone squeezed it. And added a few hairy balls coming out.
And some flying chipmunks.
Some flying chipmunks. So I don't know. We don't have chipmunks over here. Are they reasonable
that's
flying
good.
chipmunks?
That's good.
Those are perfect.
Never
If there
seen
were
one.
a flying chipmunk, I would imagine what they'd look
Like a
like.
chipmunk with wings.
Pretty reasonable.
Yeah, excellent. So, of course, usual things hidden. Let's have a look at the blow-ups, please, Liz. There we go. Now, did you spot the number inside the pussy eruption? Yeah,
Just don't
there it
spell
is.
that.
In the dark,
Oh,
706.
yeah, I see it. 706.
You can see
Got it.
some hairy balls flying around.
Oh, yeah,
and, of
unfortunately.
course, up top left corner, there's our flying jackass. Pretty rare, you know.
The penguins don't usually fly. What a guy.
They
I think he's getting some updraft from that eruption.
Yeah.
Yeah, some thermals.
He's suddenly grown some wings. And
Trying to stay away from the hairy balls.
Exactly. And if you're looking for the logo, right on the tail of that aeroplane, underneath the L, there you go. Just at the base of the tail is our logo hidden in there.
Oh, yeah.
So,
He's getting good.
that
with
was
this.
that. Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
That was gross but good, Nick. Gross but good.
Yeah,
Thank you
Steph,
for
the
sharing your
transcript of
APG gland and hairy balls. Appreciate that.
The transcript of that section would be fantastic.
It will be fantastic, yeah. Someone will catch it eventually. Anyway, no, that was sent to me, and they questioned if I could give a medical diagnosis or cure for that particular problem, and unfortunately, I've got nothing.
The same category.
Just
as
give it a good squeeze.
Well, yeah, it reminded me of the scene in Animal House where he goes, "Guess what I am? I'm a zit," and he's got the mashed potatoes in his mouth. And, yeah.
Yes.
So I guess we put this in the same category as the syndrome then.
Yes.
We're
Yeah,
working
I'm pretty
on
sure that
cure.
was the go around it. Well, it could be there, but I would try some go around acillin just for the
would
heck of
that
it.
work for that?
Yeah.
Maybe topical application?
Topical application. Yeah, just break the capsule open and yeah, you can just
Stuff
put
it
right
in
to
the gland.
Smear it on.
Right to the
Ugh.
affected area.
Yeah.
All right.
37 times a day.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah. You get no sleep, but yeah.
It might burn a little. I don't know.
Don't mind
Don't
the
get it in
redness
your
and the
eyes.
swelling.
Which gland are we sticking this in? I've forgotten.
Move
we
on.
should move on.
APG gland. APG gland.
On, Nick, on,
AP
not
gland.
on.
On. Yeah, not it.
AJ.
Topical.
Yeah. Go.
My turn.
Yep.
So I got to do a little bit of flying. Got over my mostly over my ickness from the weekend, and got a phone call on Monday right as I was walking out the door from work, heading home. And my friend Lima, that has the L-39 fighter jet, was coming back from an event on the West Coast, and he made it all the way to northern Mississippi, and the APU failed. Which that aircraft it's a fighter jet, which generally requires some significant ground support for most of them. The L-39 is somewhat special in the fact that it has an APU, but it's not really an APU. It doesn't run hydraulics. It doesn't run electrical. It doesn't do anything like that. All it is a giant air blower to start the big engine. But you kind of need it to start the big engine. So they were trying to get it, couldn't get it started. They thought they were going to be able to do it with ground power, and they couldn't get that. So he called me and said, "Hey, any chance you can do me a favor and swing by Gadsden, Alabama, and pick up my spare APU and bring it up here to Ripley, Mississippi."
People have spare APU. Okay.
Yep.
Apparently so.
You don't have an APU unless you have a spare APU. Come on.
Apparently so.
Obviously. So I got to throw a jet engine in the back of the 206. So flew that out to Ripley, Mississippi, and the maintenance crew was there and got it installed pretty quickly. Only took about 45 minutes or so, and got got it all finished up, and Larry left. I took off about 8 minutes after he did, and he landed about an hour before I did back at McCollum, back at our home airport.
Wow.
Obviously, he gets there a little bit faster than the 206.
Had you thought about using that APU, that spare APU, as propulsion?
It crossed my mind. Yeah. I just turn it the other way and just crack the back door open. The problem was getting air and fuel to it. Really. So
true.
But I'll keep working on it. See if we can get that working. But other than that, got my night currency. So that was nice. Which kind of strike when the iron's hot kind of situation, because I don't really feel like staying up past 9:30 at the airport if I can avoid it. So managed to come back, and it was literally like, I think I got back to McCollum at 1 minute past the hour after sunset, and I was like, ooh, 2 stop and goes, and we're done here. So just knocked that out real quick. And
good job.
Yeah. So other than that, just working normal life.
All right. Very good. For me, it's just been the standard singing stuff and using muscles at the gym that I haven't used probably ever in my life.
Nice.
And being sore a lot. But it's a good sore, makes me feel like I'm doing something good. And let's see. And the other thing is, in about 10 days from now, now that we're recording this on the 7th of May. On the 17th of May in New Jersey, speaking of, we were talking about the New Jersey Turnpike earlier, somewhere else in New Jersey, maybe the Turnpike goes near there. I don't know. I'm not that familiar with the state, but there is something happening. It's a meetup of some sort. So let's hear from Brian and Micah.
Hey, Captain Jeff and crew. This is Brian and Micah from Airplane Geeks and the Journey is the Reward podcasts.
And you know how we always think of all our podcasts as a family and how much we love each other and get along and love to visit? Well, we're going to have a meetup. The Journey is Reward and the Airplane Geeks together are going to have a meetup. And we wanted to invite the APG community because we love you guys too.
Since we're all one big happy family, why not?
Exactly. So on Sunday, May 17th at 4 p.m., we're having a meetup on the east coast of New Jersey, of all places. Why? Because Brian's wonderful mother is having her 91st birthday.
Yeah, and there's a really good chance that Max Flight from Airplane Geeks will be there. Micah, of course, you will be there. I will be there. And hopefully a whole bunch of Airline Pilot Guy people will be at Charlie's Pizza Restaurant and Pub.
There's even a chance, if his health recovery is going really well, David Vanderhoof might make an appearance, and boy, would we love to see him.
Absolutely. So come on out and join us at the meetup.
Hope to see you there. Sunday, May 17th, 4 o'clock at Charlie's Pizza Restaurant and Pub, 1980 Route 37 West in Manchester Township, New Jersey. Bear in mind, it's a strip mall, so you have to pull into the strip mall first to find the place. But Brian says it's good, and I trust Brian.
And at least it's not a strip club. Wait, we might get more people to show up if it is.
That sounds interesting.
That does sound interesting.
Do not drive a bakery truck to that.
Yeah, I don't know. What exit on the Turnpike is that? I don't know.
It's not that close to the Turnpike.
I didn't think so.
Yeah, it's not far from Tom's River, New Jersey.
Okay.
Well,
it's closer to the Garden State Parkway.
There's been some incidents in some rivers in that area too. So, the Hudson not too far from there.
The Hudson River? No.
Hudson's way up this.
That's not far.
Okay. New York, New Jersey, it's all one big state.
Yeah,
this is like middle Jersey.
Yeah.
Ish.
I didn't know there was a middle.
Maybe Colonel Jeff isn't too far in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, maybe Colonel Jeff. Yeah.
You had
I just
a chat
talked with
with
him the other
didn't
day.
you, Jeff?
Pardon me?
Didn't you have a chat with the Colonel?
I did have a nice long chat with Colonel Jeff the other day, and we were going to get together the other night, actually last night, but the weather was a little nasty here in the Southeast, especially Mississippi and Alabama. Mississippi had several tornadic touchdowns and lots of damage. And even up here in the Atlanta area, things were a little stormy, not tornadoes, but a lot of heavy rain and thunderstormish kind of stuff.
We desperately needed.
Definitely needed. Yeah,
but he's doing
sure.
well. All good with him.
Yeah, Colonel Jeff's doing great. Still
Awesome.
flying.
I was thinking about him the other day and thinking we hadn't heard from him for a while, so I'm glad for the update.
But he's still out there flying the friendly skies. And anyway, so hopefully I'll have a chance to meet up with Colonel Jeff in the near future, and then we'll maybe record some meetup audio and play it on the show, and we'll all get caught up together. Yeah.
Let's do some coffee talk. Coffee talk.
Johnny, how much more coffee? No thanks.
I love coffee. I love tea. I love the APG community. Coffee and tea and the Java and me. A cup, a cup, a cup, a cup, a cup. Oh, yeah, it's the Coffee Fund. That's the way that you can support our show financially if you want to. You don't have to. In fact, most of you don't. But the fine folks that want to kind of give us some value for the value they receive, they are part of our coffee bar club. And a couple of different ways that you can join them. Information about it is on our website. I'll tell you about that at the very end here. But the first way is the Coffee Fund Classic method, and our good friend Mahzuz Karim, Dr. Karim, sent in his monthly recurring donation. Very generous. Thank you very much, Mahzuz. Look forward to seeing you later this month up in Duxford. And George Hollis, also one of our recurring donors, using the Coffee Fund Classic method, which is basically a PayPal page. We also have an account with Patreon. You can become a patron of the show at Patreon. It's information about all of that stuff can be found by heading over to airlinepilotguide.com/coffee and consider joining us. You'll be glad you did. We will too.
We will.
Captain, incoming message.
We received this from Sam Bolog out in the Los Angeles area. He says, "How can this happen?" He says, "Hello, I'm sure there's a very simple explanation for this landing, but will you please explain how and or why?" I'm not really sure what's so weird about this landing, but let's take a look and see what he might be referring to. And it says in that video.
I think the music's kind of weird.
Yeah, the music is kind of loud. Okay, so we just watched this Lufthansa 747 landing at Los Angeles International Airport. Let's take a look again, since I was a little distracted. I was trying to find a way to lower the volume here. So we'll look at the very beginning. There's a question posed in this video at the very beginning. If the nose does this, is it still a smooth landing? Okay, so we're going to be focusing on the nose wheel touchdown. Again, coming into land at LAX.
And its 100th anniversary livery.
Oh, the 100th anniversary livery. This was on 11 April 26. Delta Alpha Bravo Yankee November. Okay, so the mains are touching down. The nose wheel touches down and then kind of...
just barely touches.
Just barely kisses the runway and then comes up a little bit and then back down. Thank you, whoever's kissing. I would say, if you're asking me...
is it smooth? I would say yes.
Smooth.
That looked extraordinarily smooth, yeah.
Very smooth, yeah. And Sam's...
I bet no one in the back of that airplane even knew that the nose wheel touched the first time.
I'll bet you're right. And I'm not sure exactly why there's a question here, like, what explain how or why?
I think the question is, why did the nose wheel come back up after it touched down briefly? That's what Sam is wondering about. I don't think that's necessarily what the video was wondering
if we
about.
had somebody that flew heavies for all their or a lot of their career, maybe would be the perfect person to answer this question. Captain Nick. Hello?
Yeah, certainly, Jeff. Okay, so when you're touching down, the airplane is still effectively at flying speed. So a normal process would be to touch down the mains, pull the reversers, let the auto brake kick in. You're not really worried about putting the nose wheel down. But then as the speed starts to reduce, you gently bring the nose wheel down and onto the runway. But he did such a gentle landing, and his attitude was such that, and of course, because the airplane's still flying, control movements still have a big effect on what's happening with the airplane. He may have just let the control column go forward a little bit, so the nose wheel touched, and then he was probably perhaps adjusting something or pulling the reversers, and he brought his hand back to the more usual position. He might have had his control column in, and that was the one that just gently lifted the nose wheel off, because the smallest adjustment in attitude is going to lift that nose wheel off, because it didn't really go on fully. I didn't see the oleo completely collapse. And, as the speed reduces, normally the nose wheel just gently drops of its own accord, or you can derotate, as we often did in the Airbus, and actually physically put it gently onto the runway, because on the 340, the airplane taxied at quite a low nose position. The nose wheel was a long way down. So in our landing position, it was a long way up. So we had a lot of derotation to achieve, and we like to do that before we got below 100 knots, because you ran out of elevator control and the nose tended to bang on. We didn't like that. So in the sort of 50 knots between landing and reaching that 100 knot point, we would just gently, while we had some control, lower the nose and then gingerly put it on the ground, try and make it nice and smooth. So it was like doing a second landing, really. And that's all it is. It's just the pilot is adjusting the control position. He may not be doing it consciously.
He's adjusting himself? Oh, okay.
Yeah, adjusting the control. Yeah, adjusting his stick. And landing
at the same time. That's pretty impressive.
This is not getting better.
Tiny bit of attitude change affects the...
It's all about the attitude.
My attitude changes too. Yeah.
We're just talking about attitude and elevation and
oh my gosh.
You guys have terrible dirty minds,
This might not save us, but I'll just say that it's it's very...
Do we need saving?
No, but
some say
it's very easy in the Twin Otter to keep the nose wheel up for a very long time, and sometimes you can even let it come down and get it back up again. Just because
it's easy to keep it up in the twatter.
It's easy to keep it up in the twatter. There you go. Saved.
Didn't save us.
Done.
Love it. Yeah. That's another show title. You can always keep it up in the
Jeff's a little
twatter.
speechless there.
I am. I don't know what to say.
Steph, you're going to have to go back to the very beginning of the show, because we broke Jeff with the horrible, horrible jokes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
But thank you, Nick, for that explanation.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that.
No problem.
None of us could have done it any better. All right. The next piece of feedback is from Kris Pellens, and this is an ongoing feedback email exchange between us and him, most particularly with Captain Nick, about the incident. Oh, is it a him or a her? I'm not sure if it's. We're not sure, Kris. It could be either or either, right? I don't know.
And we're assuming Kris is sure too.
I have a feeling it was a gentleman, but only from.
So the original discussion involved the SAS Airbus that took off from a taxiway at a particular airport. I forgot what the airport is now.
Brussels.
Brussels, thank you. Oh, right, it says right there in the feedback title, Brussels Airport in episode 696. And then we were talking, he had questioned about the VRAAS, the Runway Awareness and Advisory System. And I guess Kris does some simulator flying. And on his particular model of the airplane that he was flying in the simulator and kind of reenacting this whole scenario, he says that wouldn't this have, alerted the crew the fact that they were not on the runway but on a taxiway? So there's been this discussion about this system. And so Kris says, "Hi, Captain Nick. Thank you for covering my feedback. This demo video shows how the software works in the sim. At minute 3 minutes and 4 seconds, it shows how it would sound if taking off from the runway. And if I've queued this up properly, we should start
it's ready
at
to go.
that point. Okay, here we go.
Caution, on taxiway, on taxiway.
Here we go. And it was at the very end of the simulator, by the way. It was when the system senses that you're on the taxiway and you're applying takeoff thrust, takeoff power. And as Captain, just as a recap, as Captain Nick mentioned in his response to Kris's initial feedback, is that this particular airplane wasn't equipped with this system. So we were wondering exactly how it works. So thank you very much, Kris.
I'd never experienced it because it was software that was never fitted to our aircraft, our fleets. So I was delighted to run through that. And I was amazed with the number and the clarity of the various warnings it gave. So, and just reminders. So, if you were doing low visibility operations, it would be an absolute godsend because apart from, your own visual cues, it is confirming that you are entering a runway. That tells you which runway you've entered. It just backs up all your situational awareness, and I think it's a marvelous tool, as well as warning you when you've made a mistake and you might be, for example, in this case, taking off on a taxiway. So I was really impressed with that. I thought it was good.
I am too. Thank you again, Kris, for showing us that video. Yeah. All right. Next piece of feedback is from Radio Roger, the guy you hear every episode at the very beginning.
I'm Radio Roger.
This is just one to talk about and tell them to look in the show notes. I think, it's really long. It's really long.
Okay. So this article is a long article that he sent us a link to. And we're just going to maybe just touch a little bit just to kind of, introduce you to the article and then maybe get you interested in actually looking in our show notes and reading the entire thing yourself. The title of the link or the article is "I Can't Talk to Anybody, One Air Traffic Controller's Mental Health Struggle." Controllers say the FAA's medical reporting system discourages them from seeking treatment. The agency says its protocols keep skies safe. And this talks about a married couple who are both air traffic controllers, I believe. It's been a while since I've read it. But they talk about the story of one of the two in the couple and struggle with mental health.
It was Davey, the wife.
Was Davey the wife? Okay.
Yeah, struggling with depression.
Yeah.
No.
I think it's actually Joshua. Davey recounted her and Joshua's
Davey is
story.
the wife, but Joshua is the one that took his life.
Okay. Oh, Joshua was the one that took his life.
Yeah,
okay.
I got that backwards. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, maybe you should read it yourself and you'll find out which is which.
It's just insight into the stresses that they face, and the same thing you guys have talked about reluctance to report their issues and so forth.
Right. So it's a great article.
Yeah, it's a huge thing.
It is.
But I mean,
we've talked a lot in the past. No, go ahead, Nick. Sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying that we're discussing a couple of shows ago how the FAA are softening their approach to mental illness and how they are investing more in genuinely looking for avenues for people to recover and get back to work, which I think is a great step forward, but sadly too late for this lovely couple.
Yeah, and I think there's still just a lot of fear and concern over, ability to continue working in your profession if you come forward with having concerns about yourself or looking for treatment or even being proactive in a lot of cases. That fear still exists, whether it's warranted anymore or not. But
And as someone who has suffered from mental depression, clinical depression, declared it, worked my way through the medical processes required to get my license back and get back to work. My family are incredibly grateful to the attitude in my country that allowed me to do that, because I would have just lost my job otherwise. And although I was off work for 6 months, it's an illness and it can be cured, and you can get back to full health at the end of it. So, I just find it hard that people, and also, for addictions as well. The Ian Palmer interviews we listened to of that wonderful captain who still works now for my old airline, and is a marvelous person, and has recovered from a really severe addiction. So the fact that it is possible makes me yearn for the same treatments to be available in the States.
And Ian is a personal friend of Tanya's.
Yeah, Ian is a personal friend of Tanya's, and he is a very, very talented musician, drummer. In the article, they talk about the fact that in 2024, a panel of aviation and medical experts concluded that the industry had a culture that contributes to the problem of not reporting medical disorders. And the group convened by the FAA issued the agency 24 recommendations. And out of this, new federal legislation known as the Mental Health in Aviation Act would require the FAA to implement the remaining recommendations, train more medical examiners, and raise awareness about mental health in the industry. So it looks like they're moving in the right direction, and acceptance of these conditions are...
It will take a lot to convince the pilots, because the sort of bias against declaring an illness and the worry about the fact that it's going to end your career takes, I probably think, a generation to work out of the system. And lots of stories from those who've successfully trod the path and come back again to get back to their fellow pilots before they will fully trust, the treatment you can get, and the fact that the FAA will be sympathetic.
Very good.
Okay, thanks, Roger, for sending that in.
Yeah, thank you, Roger, for sending that in. Much appreciated. And for sending in every week his voiceover work for our intros.
Fantastic. Yeah. And here's that Mahzuz Karim again.
Oh, yeah, that Mahzuz guy. Speaking of medicine, doctors, that kind of thing, Mahzuz, Dr. Karim sends us some feedback, and the title of his feedback is, Oops, Wrong Airfield. He says, Dear all, I was interested to hear your discussion on this week's show about misidentifying airports. Just yesterday, I heard the following transmission over the airwaves. For context, Airfield 1 is a general aviation facility which does not have fully licensed air traffic controllers, but has FISOs, or FISOs, Flight Information Service Officers. Not sure if they exist in the U.S. They are not allowed to issue instructions or clearances to aircraft that are airborne, but do provide information. Airfield 2 is only 7 nautical miles away. It isn't busy, but is a fully controlled facility. I gather it's not uncommon for pilots to confuse the two, and I think it may even be quoted as an example in one of the PPL preparation textbooks. Airfield 1 FISO, again, apologies if that's not the way they pronounce that. Okay, here's the quote. GXX, please be aware that you are currently on final for Airfield 2, not Airfield 1. Suggest you go around and give Airport 2 a call. If required, I can pass you the frequency when you are ready to copy. The poor pilot was obviously a little overwhelmed and monosyllabic, but took down the frequency. I resisted the temptation to listen into the Airfield 2 frequency, but I'm sure all ended happily. This was all handled by the FISO in a very calm, supportive manner and without any mention of pilot deviations or phone numbers. Aw, that's the best part. Are you ready to copy down this number? Yeah. Best wishes and talons, Douglas Mahzuz. Thank you, Mahzuz, so much for that. And your constant and long lasting, financial and feedback support of the show.
In answer to Mahzuz's question, or not really question, implied question, that he's not sure if FISOs exist in the U.S. In Alaska, there's a similar scenario. There's a lot of untowered, uncontrolled airports that you can reach the flight service station, and they have flight service station specialists, which they can't give you a clearance. They can give you weather information. They can say, yeah, we heard a couple airplanes in the area, that kind of thing. They can relay clearances from the overlying center, Anchorage Center, but they can't issue their own clearances. Takeoffs, landings, flight plans, anything like that.
What do they sound like, AJ? Like this?
Close. Little slightly different dialect, but yeah.
Okay.
So I thank you for that, by the way. It's always nice to hear the seal.
I haven't done him for a while.
Yeah.
Only I think the last time I was on the show, you did make seal noises.
We only do it when you're on the show.
Penguin's a nice one,
It's
too.
probably because AJ was telling his blown a seal joke.
Does his cat get on with the seal? I don't know. Do they get
on? I don't know.
The cat looks pretty unfazed.
So I'm wondering, you talked about the flight service station personnel, and in that case, they're like in a building somewhere on the ground, or probably not anywhere near the actual airports, right?
Generally,
they're listening to monitoring
they're
radio frequencies.
Usually not in buildings in the air, if that's what you mean.
Well, I mean, like a building in the air, you might call that a tower. I mean, it almost sounds like this Airfield 1 FISO says, be aware that you're currently on final for Airfield. I just kind of, in my mind, I'm thinking that this person must be in some kind of a position to see.
It sounds like someone
it's a little
might
more
be like on a
airport specific.
Unicom here in the U.S. Sometimes you can get a little bit of information like which runway is in use or things like that. So, although maybe a little more robust in terms of, doesn't seem like you actually wanted to land here. Would you like the frequency for the airport you were intending to?
Make a suggestion that might be beneficial to everybody.
Here's an idea.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Let's wrap it up.
Well, I think we're going to go ahead and maybe make this a short show today and wrap up.
We've
because
gotten almost there. 6 minutes.
It's almost there. I know, but when you were gone, we didn't really do anything.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to be a little short.
There's another 15 minutes of blank space in the middle.
Then it is a short show, but that's fine.
Yeah, but sometimes we'd like to treat our audience by not making them endure a 2 hour long or longer show.
They still endured 2 hours of us.
Well, the people that are here live and watching the video, hey, sorry, but
I think endure is the wrong word. They're here voluntarily, and they enjoy it just as much as us.
Okay.
Would you say they brought this upon themselves?
I think so. Yeah.
I think masochism is involved.
Nobody to blame but themselves. Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, we're going to wrap it up. Now, we've made the decision. Let's point you over to our website, airlinepilotguy.com, where you'll find information about our crew and the community, which is the most important thing about all of this. We have a community calendar. We have information about the old pilots' plane tales. We have a library for those of you who can read their books
Not
and things. Not me, apparently. I never go there because it's like, what's the purpose of that? Huh? And let's see what else. Well, lots of good stuff there. We're also on social media, and Stephanie is going to tell us about that.
We are on social media. You can find us on Facebook. That's facebook.com/airlinepilotguy. Over on X, we are at APG Crew. Use that same handle over on Instagram.com, and you'll find Captain Nick's weekly show artwork there. And if you're looking to join these folks who are here voluntarily with us as we record these shows live and enjoy the process just as much as we do, our heroes, as Liz says. Yes, you can head over to youtube.com/airlinepilotguy and also find recordings of previous shows as well, the video versions. So if you're looking to see all those fun video inserts and maybe see our faces too, or not.
Jeff, clip that so me and Nick don't have to screw it up
just
anymore.
Replay it.
Okay.
I should just do I'll do a stand-in one for shows where I'm not here.
Okay, perfect.
I'm not getting in the shower. Like, I'm not going to.
Like, for instance, Hillel does.
Have you in the kitchen. Just bang some pots and pans around.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Get back to the kitchen stuff. Like
I don't know. There's probably room in the shower for you. With probably not.
I'll pass.
Yeah.
His wife's there.
Could you tell us?
Yeah, there wouldn't be room for 3, surely.
His wife
I don't
would be
know.
upset.
It depends on the particular shower.
Hey, you don't know.
Moving right along.
Okay, here we go. Tell us about Slack, please.
APG listeners, please join us on our Slack team. Slack is a communication, coordination, and sharing platform that works on your mobile, laptop, or browser. On Slack, we share news and ideas, we suggest episode and plain tales topics, we plan events and meetups. To get into the Slack team, please email me at slack@airlinepilotguy.com. That's SLACK, Sierra Lima Alpha Charlie Kilo @airlinepilotguy.com. Or send me a tweet with your preferred email address to @Hillel, and I'll send you an invitation. That's Hillel, spelled Hotel India 11 Echo 1, and see you in Slack.
Thanks a lot, Hillel.
Jeff?
What?
Do you still have some of that good shampoo from the last place?
No, I used it all. Guess I gotta get some new shampoo. Oh well.
And the good stuff too.
Yeah, the high quality.
Yeah, the good stuff. Yeah.
The expensive stuff.
Okay, well, with that, I guess it's time for us now to thank our producer, Liz Piper, for all the great work that she does behind the scenes and during the show.
My pleasure.
Yeah, skiving off in the middle.
Yeah,
I know, I'm so sorry.
And it immediately went off the rails.
Yeah, so she does
absolutely. It was a complete disaster.
Well, she does that on purpose, just to make us appreciate her even more.
I do. I do.
And so thank you for that. And also thank you to our live audience, who really, lend quite a bit to this whole production. So thank you very much for.
They were very clever today, I have to.
Very clever, yeah. Even if I didn't get your very clever jokes, I'm sorry. I'm just not there. And with that, we're going to tell you, wishing you clear skies, unlimited visibility, and tailwinds. Take care, and God bless.
Cheers, y'all.
Just half an hour.
You're welcome.
See you next time.
Yeah, he's up in the sky. It's the airline pilot guy.
Good day.
I used to be such a good pilot till I started APG. I opened doors for little old ladies. I helped them to their seats. Airline pilot guy, I fly America. Oh, airline pilot guy, he can land in heavy fog. I got no friends 'cause I'm always flying. I just don't have the time. But I can land this old plane. I can land it just fine. Airline pilot guy, I fly America. Oh, airline pilot guy.